Happening now, a multi-state coalition led by New York Attorney General defends medication abortion access in Supreme Court. And it's time for the newest WNY News Now movie review. Plus, Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour has premiered to rave reviews.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us, WNY News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, during a routine traffic stop on State Route 219 in the town of Boston, Nicholas A. Denman, 41, of Tampa, Florida, allegedly displayed noticeable signs of impairment. After conducting standardized field sobriety tests, troopers concluded that Denman had been operating a vehicle while under the influence. Subsequent testing at State Police Boston revealed the blood alcohol content (BAC) level of 0.11%. Following his arrest, Denman was issued appearance tickets for the town of Boston court, while he would be required to appear on a later date. Well, in other news, on October 14, 2023 at approximately 3 p.m., officers from the Jamestown Police Department's 2nd Platoon responded to a Southside address in response to a reported violation of an order of protection. Upon arrival, they encountered Timothy S. Smith, allegedly exiting the victim's residence. An investigation revealed that earlier that morning, Timothy had been served a valid stay-away order of protection, which he allegedly violated by entering and remaining inside the victim's residence while 3 protected children were present. Timothy S. Smith now faces charges of criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, along with 4 counts of criminal contempt in the 2nd degree. He is currently being held at the Jamestown City Jail awaiting arraignment. Well, in other news, at approximately 12:40 a.m. on October 14, 2023, officers from the Jamestown Police Department's 3rd Platoon responded to a call concerning a domestic dispute on the city's south side. Prior to their arrival, it was reported that Xavier L. Williams had forcefully entered a nearby residence. Upon arrival, officers attempted to apprehend Williams, who was subsequently resisted and had allegedly attempted to assault a police officer. Another officer sustained a minor injury during the struggle. It was alleged that prior to the break-in, Williams had assaulted a female victim and attempted to strike occupants inside the residence. Xavier L. Williams is currently held at the Jamestown City Jail, awaiting arraignment on multiple charges, including attempted assault on a police officer, burglary, criminal obstruction of breathing, criminal mischief, resisting arrest, and harassment. In other news, following a routine traffic stop, Buster C. Johnson was taken into custody for driving while intoxicated, DWI. The arrest also included charges related to having an open container in a motor vehicle, unsafe lane change, reckless driving, exceeding the state speed limit, failure to halt at a stop sign, and violating a restricted use license. Johnson is scheduled to appear in the Bus-Dye Court and has been released on his own recognizance in ROR, pending further legal proceedings. As WNY News Now continues, a multi-state coalition led by New York Attorney General defends medication abortion access in the Supreme Court. And later, New York State Common Retirement Funds invest $20 million more in Israel bonds. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
New York Attorney General Letitia James is at the forefront of a multi-state effort involving 24 attorneys general aimed at protecting nationwide access to medication abortion. The coalition filed an amicus brief with the U.S. Supreme Court in support of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and Danco Laboratories, LLC, urging the court to reverse the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit's decision to reinstate certain medically unnecessary restrictions on mifepristone, the only FDA-approved abortion medication. The coalition argues that the Fifth Circuit's ruling has detrimental consequences for reproductive health care, particularly impacting low-income and underserved communities. Attorney General James stated that the reinstatement of these restrictions was dangerous and misguided, emphasizing the importance of medication abortion for safe reproductive health care, particularly for marginalized communities. The coalition's amicus brief calls on the Supreme Court to grant the petitions and reverse the Fifth Circuit's decision, which limits how mifepristone can be prescribed and dispensed. The brief highlights that the Fifth Circuit's ruling disregards decades of clinical research demonstrating the safety and effectiveness of mifepristone. If the Fifth Circuit's decision is allowed to stand, it could disrupt access to the most common method of abortion, leading to increased risks, costs, and delays for individuals in need of abortion care or pregnancy loss management. The coalition further argues that the ruling would create confusion among healthcare providers and pharmacies, jeopardizing drug approvals and the availability of numerous medications nationwide. The attorneys general from 24 states, including Arizona, California, Colorado, and the District of Columbia, are united in this effort to protect reproductive health care access. Attorney General James has been a leading advocate for reproductive health care and has fought to preserve access to abortion care and medical emergencies. She has also established a legal hotline to provide support to patients and healthcare providers nationwide. Well, in other news, New York State Comptroller Thomas P. DiNapoli revealed that the New York State Common Retirement Fund has expanded its holdings of Israel bonds by $20 million. The investment brings the state pensions fund's total stake in Israel bonds to $267.8 million. DiNapoli explained, New York State's pension fund buys Israel bonds because we have confidence in the spirit of innovation and tenacity of the Israeli people and in the strength of our investments there. In addition to providing a steady return for our pension fund's members, Israel bonds help support one of our nation's strongest allies. I am heartened that so many other public funds have stepped forward to purchase bonds and support Israel, the only democratic government in the region, during these tragic and challenging days. New York joins several other U.S. states, including Pennsylvania, Florida, Illinois, Texas, and Ohio, in purchasing $150 million worth of Israel bonds recently. Israel Bonds President and CEO Danny Nave praised this support, saying, at a time when Israel is under attack, these investments represent the most powerful and direct way to stand with the state of Israel and its people. Over the years, Israel bonds have provided an attractive yield for New York State's pension fund. The bonds have a 10-year maturity with a coupon of 5.96%, offering a spread of plus 138 basis points compared to the 10-year Treasury at the time of purchase. The state pension fund has been investing in Israel bonds since the 1990s, and as of October 2023, its total investment stands at approximately $267.8 million. Israel bonds are backed by the full faith and credit of the State of Israel. Howard L. Goldstein, U.S. and international chairman of the Board of Directors for State of Israel Bonds, conveyed a message of solidarity, saying, the message from the people of New York to the people of Israel is that you are remarkable, resilient, and so strong. Continue to stand strong, and you will never stand alone, and we will always be standing with you. The state's pension fund has total investments in Israel of approximately $1.5 billion across various asset classes. Well, in other news, New York State Senator George Borrello, alongside correctional officers, union officials from the New York State Correctional Officers and Police Benevolent Association, NYSCOPBA, and officers' families, held a press conference on Friday to express their outrage over the New York Department of Corrections and Community Supervision's, DOCCS, decision to host a celebration for inmates and their families. The event comes at a time when violence against correctional officers and working conditions have worsened. Senator Borrello criticized the move, stating, it is outrageous that while our hard-working correctional officers are being assaulted and injured in record numbers and enduring extraordinary amounts of forced overtime, DOCCS has focused its resources on planning a celebration for inmates and their families. They have turned our criminal justice system into a farce. Since the implementation of the HALT Act in April 2022, violence against correctional officers and staff has risen by over 30%, making 2022 the most violent year in New York correctional facilities. This violence is exacerbated by severe understaffing as recruitment and retention of correctional officers have declined due to worsening working conditions. At the press conference, officers' spouses shared the impact of forced overtime on their families. Nicole Falkowitz, wife of a correctional officer at Collins, stated, every single day, there's a looming fear that a routine call from the jail could bring the worst news possible. Kenny Gold, NYSCOPBA Western Region Vice President, emphasized the burdens on correctional officers and their families, saying, "Our members are getting mandated at record highs. Their regularly scheduled days off are being taken away, and they're never getting to see their families." Senator Borrello expressed solidarity with their cause, stating, "It has never been more apparent that we are the forgotten branch of the criminal justice tree." Well, coming up next, it's time for the newest Western New York News Now movie review. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. First, I wanted to give you a look at the 500 millibar upper air wind pattern across the United States, which explains what's going on with the weather as of late. Here across the northeast and the eastern half of the United States, we have a trough, which is bringing down cooler air from Canada, and back here across the western half of the United States, there's a ridge which brings up warmer air from the south. So right now, the western half of the United States is dealing with above average temperatures, and back here across the east, we continue to deal with these below average temperatures. But there's some indication that this ridge currently across the western half of the states will move a little farther to the east by the end of the month, and that could bring some warmer temperatures to the eastern half of the United States by the end of October. And you'll see that here on the NOAA 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, which spans October 23rd through October 29th, which favors slightly above average temperatures across the region for this time period. So for the foreseeable future, at least for the rest of this week into early next week, temperatures will remain below average. But there's some indication that we could warm up by the end of the month and towards that Halloween period. Rain chances over the next 5 days will continue with some lake effect rain showers tomorrow, so a 30% chance of rain. High pressure begins to build in the region later tomorrow and into Wednesday, with partly sunny skies returning by Wednesday and Thursday. And then similar to last week, another system is going to bring more widespread rain back to the region just in time for Friday and into the weekend, with probably more lake effect rain showers to follow that. Almanac for today made it to a high of 45 yesterday in the city. Our low was 42. And the records for today, 87 set back in 1947. The record low of 24 set back in 1987. Future scan through the next 24 to 48 hours. Overnight tonight, generally cloudy skies across the region. Those lake effect rain showers will continue across portions of the region and into the early half of tomorrow. Cloudy skies generally, but we could get some limited clearing tomorrow afternoon as those lake effect rain showers begin to end and high pressure begins to build in. Overnight tomorrow night, once again, mostly cloudy. Start off the day on Wednesday with some clouds around, but we should go partly sunny skies by the time the afternoon hours arrive. So your forecast overnight tonight, generally cloudy skies across the region with those lake effect rain showers continuing. Overnight lows will range from the upper 30s across inland locations to the mid 40s near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. Your forecast for your Tuesday, cloudy skies early on, a few showers early on, maybe some partial clearing later in the afternoon. Highs tomorrow, once again in upper 40s to the low to mid 50s. And now the rest of that 7-day forecast from Ultimate Solutions. So high pressure begins to build in. After some clouds on Wednesday, we should go partly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Thursday, our reverse of Wednesday, we start off with sunshine on Thursday. Clouds begin to build in by the afternoon, out ahead of that next system that will once again bring widespread rain to the region for Friday and into Saturday. And then those temperatures come back down into the weekend with more lake effect rain showers to follow after the widespread rain.
Andrew, thank you. Well, Western New York News Now has teamed up with the Lakewood Cinema 8 for a movie review segment. I'll give my review on the film, and then we'll hear some reviews from theater employees. This week's movie review is The Creator. For those unaware, The Creator is a film about a future where the United States is at war with artificial intelligence. John David Washington plays an ex-Special Forces agent who's recruited to locate the eponymous Creator, the chief engineer of the AI, as well as the newest weapon they made, which has the potential to end the war. Now let's get into the review. I liked The Creator. I really did. I thought that it was a breath of fresh air. The visual presentation and cinematography was nothing short of breathtaking. One of my biggest complaints with a lot of sci-fi movies of this scale nowadays is that they are often rushed when it comes to visual effects and aren't given the time to apply the polish that makes these films look so good. And that is not a problem I had with The Creator. You can clearly tell that they took all the time that they needed to make sure that the movie looked as good as they could make it. I can't recall a single shot that looked bad. And in terms of the cast, I thought they did a great job, especially the two leads. John David Washington might not have the same intimidating presence of his father, but he has shown that he is more than capable of being a leading man in his own right. But the standout has to be Madeline Univols. She absolutely nailed her performance in her professional debut. She managed to perform with a subtlety that few child actors possess, and managed to do so without coming across as too stoic or emotionless. I am really excited to see where the future takes her. Another thing I really enjoyed about the film was its depiction of artificial intelligence. It very clearly took inspiration from Blade Runner and how artificial intelligence is portrayed and treated. It brings a nuance to the discussion that, while not as omnipresent of a threat as your standard hive mind, is much more narratively interesting and brings forth questions about what it truly means to be human. I also appreciated a lot of the symbology and real-world parallelisms made in the film, but that's getting into spoiler territory, so I won't get into that. My biggest complaint about the movie was that I felt the second act ran a bit long and that it introduced some action sequences that the movie didn't really need to progress the story, but were included presumably to give it more commercial appeal. I understand their inclusion, and they were definitely fun to watch, but it could get a little repetitive and make you a bit antsy if you're engaged more so with the narrative and are interested in seeing its progression. I think if they shaved off around 20 minutes, give or take, they could have had a much more streamlined story that doesn't have the same pacing issues, but it wouldn't have had the same draw if you're looking for the action. Ultimately, though, I thought the movie was a good watch, and it makes a great addition to the sci-fi genre. But don't take my word for it. I spoke to some of the employees at the Lakewood Cinema who had also seen the film to hear their thoughts on it. What did you think of The Creator?
I thought it was really well done, you know, from the people who brought you Rogue One, same creators, right? And so I think that you can see a lot of the same imagery, colors, the color, you know, the color palette, like it's there. It was good.
Absolutely, and that's something that I definitely picked up on, and I'm not even a big Star Wars fan, admittedly, but yeah, you could definitely tell that there was that same care and integrity.
Attention to detail.
Exactly, that's exactly it. It was just so fine-tuned, and it looked absolutely breathtaking. So what did you think of the plot of the movie?
So overall, I think, you know, it's not the first time we've seen these post-apocalypse movies, right? It's nothing original, but I did see the change of the AI is really nice because it's the age we're living in now. AI is everywhere. You can't go anywhere without AI and robots and technology, and it's all there. So I think that it touches on a fear that we already have, which is nice. You know, it played out well.
And I definitely felt that it took it in a different direction than, you know, a lot of the Terminator, Skynet kind of things. You could really tell the inspiration from Blade Runner and how they portrayed everything, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What did you think of the cast? Any other performances?
The kid who played the, I can't remember what her name was. The kid who played the main character, the main AI, the savior, such a phenomenal job from a kid. Really, I mean, the cast overall was great, but the kid really was so good.
And that's something I had picked up on. I was like, wow. I mean, this is a child, and she is just performing it with such, you know, amazing tact and just ability that you really, you don't expect to find from someone so young.
No, you don't. You don't expect that at all. No, I mean, but she had, she was making all the right faces. You could see the expressions in her eyes. She did it really well.
So, did you think the movie had any downsides? Any things that could have been done a little better?
I think, this is just my personal opinion, but I think that there may have been one or two too many explosions. You know, I think I could have done it, you know, because it's not, yes, it's an action film, but it's not, that it felt like they were stepping out of their genre of action. You know, it wasn't Expendables. You know what I mean? And so I felt like there was one too many explosions.
Yeah, that was the only major thing that I had too. It felt like, you know, the second act was padded a little bit to fill in some more action scenes.
Keep your attention with the explosions.
Exactly. And I understand the commercial reason for that, because hey, you want to make it accessible to the point where capture a broader audience. But I do think, you know, could have done a little less maybe.
Yeah. I agree.
But ultimately, I don't think that it really hamstrung the film or anything.
No.
Okay, so would you recommend it to people then?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great movie. We'll go ahead and call it a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you guys think of the movie?
I thought it was a great movie. It was a very different perspectives on the AI and all that other stuff.
Definitely it's very ideal if you're looking for like, if you're not looking for anything specific, you want like a good science fiction movie, it's a great movie. I mean, AI is taking over, it's cool.
So what did you think of the cast?
Oh, it was great. I think everyone played it very, very well. I loved the main characters. They really brought out true emotion in every like scene.
Absolutely. So what did you think of the plot as a whole?
It was a cool plot. It was an interesting ending too. The ending was a little unexpected, but yeah.
Yeah, I like it's very relatable as well.
Absolutely. So did you have any downsides to the movie? Anything that you think could have been done a little better?
I mean, no.
If you like what you hear, be sure to stop by the Lakewood Cinema in Lakewood, New York to watch the creator while it's still in theaters. Well, coming up next, Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour has kicked off to rave reviews.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
On a night that Swifties had eagerly awaited, Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour debuted at Lakewood Cinema 8 on Friday, October 13, 2023, and the turnout did not disappoint. Fans flocked to the theater in droves, and the opening night was marked by packed screenings and enthusiastic applause. Although WNY News Now has yet to review the movie itself, our team had the chance to interact with attendees both before and after the show. Okay, you guys, so are you excited for the movie?
Yeah. So excited.
What are you most excited about?
To feel like we're actually at the concert.
Yeah, we missed out on the opportunity to go, so it's a good chance.
I've heard a couple other people say that, so that's really exciting to hear.
Yeah. And I love the mix. We've seen lots of little girls, we've seen girls our age, we've seen moms that are ready, so I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Are you excited for the movie?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything that you're looking forward to specifically? Or?
Just seeing the concert, not paying thousands of dollars.
And that's really a great thing to do. Saving money is always fun.
Yeah, that's it.
So, I'm Sophia. Okay, so our friend Sophia. Hi. Yeah, it's her right there. She made us a bunch of shirts. It says all of her albums, and then on the back of it says
Oh, that's fantastic. So you made that all by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. Really dedicated there. So are you excited for the movie?
Yes.
Fantastic. What are you looking forward to?
Oh God. Screaming. Yeah. The songs. Yeah, screaming.
The song, screaming. I mean, everything's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, I hope that you guys all enjoy the movie.
Yes. Yes, we will.
So, are you excited for the movie?
Very excited.
Fantastic. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm brought my nieces, so I'm excited to see them. We got all dressed up, went out. We're all excited about watching the movie.
Fantastic. You excited to see some Taylor Swift?
Of course.
So, girls, are you excited for the movie?
Yes, very excited.
Okay, what are you looking forward to in it?
Probably just like dancing and hanging out with my friends. Probably losing my voice. Yeah.
From singing or screaming, because I've heard screaming might comprise a decent bit of it. Okay, so you're just excited to see Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Fantastic. How excited are you?
Very excited. So excited I could be like Spider-Man song. Infinity out of 10.
You are.
I'm really excited.
And what are you excited for?
The It Was Cool movie!
Okay, you're gonna be singing along in the crowd?
Yeah,
Fantastic. I can really sense the enthusiasm here.
It's been a long time coming.
So yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Fantastic. Well, I hope that you enjoy the movie. Okay, so are you guys excited for the movie?
Yes.
Okay. What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping there's a lot of dancing and like singing, and I'm really excited because I really like Taylor Swift.
Like, Taylor Swift is like an icon. Like, I look up to her, and she's just amazing. So,
Real.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's got one of the biggest concerts in the world going on right now, right?
Yeah.
So what did you think of the movie?
It was really good. It was like everything that I thought it would be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there was like dancing and singing, and I'm like losing my voice right now.
Was there any screaming?
Oh, there was a lot of screaming. A lot of it.
A lot of screaming.
I was screaming a lot.
But happy screams, right?
Yes. It was like everything before. It was a lot of fun, and I came here thinking
all of her costumes are so pretty.
I know.
She was gorgeous.
She did some unexpected things too, which also made it nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part?
Reputation. I'm sorry. When the snake came out, that was so cool.
It was really
like the special effects and the lights just made it the show. It was cool.
Fantastic. So would you recommend it?
Yes, it's definitely.
Fantastic.
Taylor Swift is awesome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you hoping for in the movie? Are you excited?
Yes, we're very excited. We love Taylor.
How long have you been listening to her?
A few years.
A few years?
I mean, I grew up kind of listening to her, but my love for her kind of rekindled after she got me into it a little bit more, so I'm super pumped to be here.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Very excited.
So what are you hoping to see in the movie?
I'm just excited to see her beautiful face.
Yep. We couldn't afford to see her live, so this is the next best thing. So
Absolutely.
we're excited.
No complaints here at all.
So what did you think of the movie?
It was amazing.
It was fantastic.
She's amazing.
Yeah, it was honestly better than I expected it would
And it
be.
was so much fun to see it with a full audience and the crowd participation and everything. Could you hear us out here?
I could, yes.
It's like we had flashlights going and everything. It was like we were
Like glow
actually
sticks.
there.
It was so much fun.
It was perfect.
Wow. So it sounds like it's not a live concert, but the next best thing.
Absolutely. It was perfect.
Did you have a favorite part?
All of it, being
All of
here,
it, yeah.
you know, with
And a hero,
friends
yes.
and, you know, with everybody. It was just a fantastic experience altogether.
Awesome.
That's fantastic to hear.
Backing dancers and singers. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Just the whole thing, phenomenal.
So definite recommend.
Oh, yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yep.
28 out of
thumbs
10.
up.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed the movie.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you. So are you excited for the movie? Okay. Is there anything you're looking forward to?
We're just seeing the back end. Thank you.
Taylor Swift. That's what it's all about, right? Okay, that's fantastic. So I hope that you enjoy the movie. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I made all these bracelets.
Oh, you did? Oh my goodness, that is a lot of bracelets.
I gave someone one.
Wow. That is quite something.
I would have made more, but I kept running out of string, and then Then my mom bought me string, and then it wouldn't work. So when I would tie it, so for example, let's see if I can. This one, it doesn't stretch. Like at all.
Oh.
That's the string I had to use for until I got more, and then I made a bunch more.
Well, I think that you really applied it as best as you can. I mean, again, that shows a lot of dedication there. Okay. So what did you guys think of the movie?
It was amazing.
Amazing?
I kind of lost my voice.
Oh, you lost your voice. Was it from...
my favorite songs at the end.
Was it from singing or screaming? A mix of both?
Mix of both.
Mix of
Definitely
both.
mix of both.
Okay. Did you have a favorite part?
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
I have a lot of favorite, but I think one of my favorites is Bad Blood.
Oh, yes.
That was a good one too. The whole thing was good. It was like
I
you were
really
there.
loved it.
Fantastic. So would you recommend it then?
Oh
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes, yes.
Very much so. It was a great time.
It's fantastic to hear. Yes, and now you get the poster. So I am so glad that you both enjoyed the movie so much.
Yes.
And thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Yep, thank you. I recommend it. Watch it.
So what did you guys think of the movie?
It was great.
It was like we were at the fun.
It was amazing.
Really?
Like it was the real one.
Yeah, we were screaming a lot, so we lost our voices.
Oh, I could hear. Yes.
The energy and the people in there were so nice. It was awesome. The flashlights going, screaming.
It felt like a real concert.
I think some of us lost their voice. Just a little.
Yeah, seem a little dazed. So did you guys have a favorite part?
My definitely my favorite part was probably one of my favorite songs, which was
My favorite part was probably when they played Lovers.
Mine was probably Bad Blood. So it's one of the first songs I ever knew from her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bad Blood is a great hit.
Okay, fantastic. So would you recommend the movie then?
Yes!
Okay, it sounds like a resounding yes then. The resounding sentiment from fans was that this experience was a must-see for Taylor Swift enthusiasts. Many fans asserted that the Eras Tour was far more than just a movie, it was an event to remember. While we've refrained from sharing specific details to avoid spoilers, initial impressions are exceedingly positive. Fans were quick to praise the immersive experience created by Taylor Swift's music and storytelling. Currently, the Eras Tour is running at Lakewood Cinema 8 in Lakewood, New York, and the Warren Mall Cinema in Warren, Pennsylvania. The tour's impact on both sides of the state line suggests it will be a significant cultural event for fans of Taylor Swift and music enthusiasts alike. And in case you're wondering, both theaters have collectible items and posters. We at WNY News Now will be having our own giveaway for the event. We were given a movie poster from the theater, and anyone who shares today's broadcast on Facebook will be entered into a raffle to have a chance at winning this poster. We will announce the winner during Friday's broadcast, so you'll have most of this week to share and enter your name into the raffle. Just make sure that whenever you share the post, make sure that it's a public share so that we'll be able to tell that you shared it. So Swifties, now's your chance to win your own collectible poster. As the tour continues its run, it's safe to say that Swifties will have every reason to be excited. Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour promises an unforgettable cinematic and musical experience, and it's not one to miss for those who admire the artist's work. Well, that's going to be it for us today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.